have two production possibility frontiers, a linear one for country 1 and a nonlinear curvature for country number 2. Right? What is the opportunity cost of one computer for country 2? So we're in that PPF. If it is currently producing 25 computers. Computers is on the y-axis. They're currently producing 25. So they're basically at this point. The question is, what is the opportunity cost of one computer at that point? What is it?
4 tons of wheat.
Exactly. Why? It's 4 tons of wheat. But why?
100 divided by 25.
Sorry?
100 divided by 25.
Okay. Well, we know that the slope of the indifference curve is what? Not the indifference curve, sorry. The slope of the PPF is the opportunity cost of the good on the x-axis, right? So 1/4 would be the opportunity cost of wheat, right? So 1 wheat would be equivalent to 1/4 computers. The question is, what is the opportunity cost of one computer? So I need to have basically multiply both sides by 4, and I get 4 wheat. That's all there's to it, right? So think of this as the opportunity cost of x, and 1/that is the opportunity cost of y. So the answer here is B. Suppose these countries trade with each other and end up producing a total of 32 computers. What is the maximum amount of wheat they can grow? So now, basically when we allow them to trade, what we are saying is that we're going to make the country that is most efficient in producing each good produce it, right? And the other one producing the other good. However, in this case, we don't have, we only have one of the PPFs being linear, the other one is not. So basically, we're going to have up to a certain point, one country is going to produce one good and then switch to the other. So let's look at the second country. In terms of slopes, right, the slope at this point is 1/10. What is the slope of the PPF1? It's constant, but what is it? 1/10, right? 10, 100, so 1/10. So the opportunity cost of wheat in country 1 is always going to be 1/10. Now the opportunity cost of wheat for country number 2 is 1/10 here, but then it becomes higher and higher, right? So basically in this region of the PPF, what do they have? They have comparative advantage in what? Country 2. In computers, right? So basically they should not produce wheat in this region. They should produce computers. If they produce computers in this region, how many computers are they going to produce? Country 2. How many computers? Computers are on the y-axis. No, they're producing up to here. 30, right? So country 2 produces 30 computers, and how many resources are left for the for production of wheat? Right? Well, basically in this region they're going to go with wheat instead of computers, and they're going to get how many of those?
30 tons.
30 tons. Right? So instead of producing the last two computers, they're going to produce 30 tons of wheat. 30. Now, country 1, well, we were told that they end up producing a total of 32 computers, and if country 2 produced 30, then country 1 for sure is going to produce 2, correct? And if they produce 2 computers, how many tons of wheat they can produce?
90.
But look at the opportunity cost of wheat. It's 1/10, right? So 1 wheat for country 2 is equivalent to 1/10 computers, right? Meaning that 1 computer is equivalent to 10 wheat. And they produce 2 computers, right? So they gave up the production of 20 tons of wheat. If they can only produce 100 at most, they gave up the production of 20. How many did they end up producing? 80. Right, the question is what's the total amount of wheat they can grow? The answer is 110. Right? What is the opportunity cost of 1 ton of wheat for country 1? Oh, we just did that. Right, the slope of the PPF. And it is what? 1/10. Let's see. Suppose country 2 is efficiently producing 60 tons of wheat. Which country currently has the comparative advantage in producing wheat? So country 2 is at 60 wheat, so they're here. Which country has the comparative advantage in producing wheat in this area? We just saw that again. We talked about that. Right, up to here, what was country 2 producing? Computers. So that means that the comparative advantage in wheat was with country. Well, this is country 1. This is country 2. Or think of it as the slope, right? The slope here is 1/4. This is the opportunity cost of wheat. This is always 1/10. So comparing 1/4 and 1/10, that's all there is to it, right? So it's cheaper for country 1 at this point because the slope is 1/10. Here the slope is 1/4. So country 1 has the comparative advantage. Its opportunity cost is lower. Okay? All right, that's it.